Shut it one monitor. It's probably about to get pulled downstairs. No, no, it's big. Just come up in the
No, no, I'll get to him, but overall the game was, the chemistry is coming. You can see it today. The Suns look great. Outside, ironically, at Brad Bill, who's 1 for 11 for the night. He just had an off night, but you can see the chemistry start to come together on both ends. They play well. You know what I mean? It's the ball movement, everybody making an extra pass, people knowing their roles. You can start to seeing things defined. Kuzma broke out his shoes. Something he didn't really shot well at all in preseason. He shot well tonight. He shot the leather off the ball. 24 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 6 8 from deep, man, and 7 rebounds. To get that production from him consistently during the season, I mean, that changes a lot with the Wizards. You know what I mean? Especially, it was clear tonight that Brad Bill, we knew that coming in, but it was clear tonight that Brad Bill averaging 30 and all that, that's not needed no more. More so the 23, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, that's what they're looking for and play defense, you know what I mean? That's what they need from him. Uh, I love what he brings, man. He's playing like a true floor general. He's having influence. He's smarter. He don't make a lot of terrible decisions with the ball, man. And he knows how to get guys shots where they're most effective. You know what I mean? He ain't just passing it to you because you open. You know what I'm saying? If you're not effective at that spot, it don't make sense to pass the ball threads at the 3-point line. Not saying he won't hit a couple throughout the season, but that's just not the ideal shot. You want trades closer to the basket. That's what I mean. He just makes smart basketball decisions, and obviously know what he can do 1-on-one as he get into it. Bradford had a strong game, 14 points to 7 rebounds. He got it done inside, and I was eager to see action with him and Precious. At Showa. For the Raptors, man, they both high energy, older, athletic bigs, man. He did his thing, but the thing that killed the Wizards, their bench and turnovers. Outside choice, the bench got to get it together as far as defensively and knowing their roles offensively when they come in the game. And that's something that's what I mean. It's going to take time. You might see the West have to lean on a 6-man rotation to win games for the most part, getting the bulk of the minutes until that happens. Um, the Raptors, for the most part, they shot 2 from 3 in the first half. I think at the end of the first quarter, they shot 14%. At the end of the half, they were shooting 33%, where the Wizards were shooting damn near in the 50s. And they had the lead. Then the third quarter came, and it was a 360. You know what I'm saying? The Raptors started shooting from 3, led by Sam Decker. The Raptors shot 55% from 3 in the third quarter, and that made it a game again. And obviously, preseason they let the bench play guys that don't really they're not going to get a lot of minutes in the rest of the season. Going to get to play and the game, see what they're made of. And the Raptors bench outplayed them. Sam Decker. He basically won the game. He came in 18 points in 16 minutes of 7 to 10 shooting, 4 from deep. I mean, my man hit a 35-footer with Corey Kispert running out and clothesline or fouled him, and they ain't even touch around. Like that, he was that hot. You know what I mean? And the whole arena was like, oh man. And you can tell he's motivated. For those that don't know, he's a former Wizard. So anytime you play your former team, you go into their building, you try to show them that it is just how it goes. Anybody with that. It's your ex, man. In a sense, your ex. So you want to show your ex, I'm doing better without you. So it was good. Malachi Flynn. 22 points off the bench, 6 of 15 shooting, 3 and 9. They couldn't guard that dude. They couldn't guard him. The bench guard him. They put Aaron Holiday on him. They set a screen, get him off him, force the forward to get on him, do right past him, score that will. Um, it was a balanced attack, man. You know what I'm saying, from the Raptors bench, and they ended up winning the game. They finished it, like I said, at the end of the first quarter, they shot 14% from three. At the end of the game, they shot 2%. And was shot 39% when at the end of the fourth, they were shooting almost, at the end of the first, they was almost shooting 50%. So, tells us two guys and the turnovers. Wizards turned the ball over 6 times. The Raptors got 19 off of that. The Raptors only turned it over 13 times. The Raptors have a lot of athleticism, a lot of length, especially on the wings. Scotty Barnes, man, he got Scottie Pippen tools, man. Like he was standing next to Gafford. He's a couple inches shorter than Gafford, but his arms and his length is about the size is as long as Gafford at wing position. He's just a sick athlete, man. Once his shooting come along, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, and they're utilizing him like Scottie Pippen. They was putting him on Bill, putting him on whoever was getting going. And he had a lot to do with Bill's one of 11 night. You know what I mean? Also, they had a running point. He was running point forward, bringing it up, orchestrating the offense. Scottie Pippen. So I know Nurse is over there. You know, you got Watson on the bench. So just know he's being taught well. So that's just the take from it. It was 3-point shooting, turnovers, and bench play that won the game for the Raptors. The Wizards going to clean that up because the bench haven't really been to play, and that's why they're on 3. Once they go to the bench, the level of play goes down. And it's not the same. I like Trez, obviously. You know what I mean? Trez holding it down. So, you know, obviously, it's preseason. I'm not going to overreact too much. I saw improvement as far as the chemistry with the starters, but as a team, it's got a little ways to go with the regular season about to start.
Ray, did you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, Cardell highlighted their ball movement, their offensive flow, and their chemistry. I feel like that's going to be kind of important because we saw a lot last year where teams would just go into anybody but Bill type defensive strategy, and they're not going to be able to guard the Wizards like that this year, because of the added firepower, and now they're showing willingness to move the ball and get guys good shots. That's how Kuzma, broke out of his slump. So that was important. That was good to see. But yeah, of course, we're going to continue to talk about the defensive end because that's pretty much where they need to make up ground in order to maximize their potential. We talk a lot about Gafford being kind of the security blanket, but they still need to work harder to stop people from getting to Gafford. It's good to have him back there, but that shouldn't be your plan A. Is to just let everybody get in the lane and have Gafford deal with them. You still got to be some type of deterrent on the perimeter. So I mean, again, it's a work in progress, especially given from where we know they started. So, of course, it's not going to turn around in 3 or 4 preseason games, but it still looks better than it has in the past, and as much as they're harping on it within the franchise, it's going to continue to improve. But yeah, man, they started off red hot, but eventually the water got shut off, and then Toronto's shooting went up, added with the turnovers. I mean, that's how we got the result we got. But overall, not too bad. I mean, again, it's preseason. People are just trying to get into the swing of things, and they still don't have their full team, and they're missing like important guys, like Rui, and eventually Thomas Bryant is going to come back. So yeah, man, this is even though it's much improved. They're adding a lot of new pieces, and the new guys are kind of filling their way. This still isn't completely the team that we're going to envision them as. So yeah, man, all I'm looking for now is just for them to continue to make strides and improve.
Kyle Kuzma, like I said, he hasn't shot the ball well at all. Preseason, and he showed up tonight. He had turnarounds, hit 3-pointers on the move, on catch, off the bounce, getting to the lane, hitting free throws. But he played within himself. He wasn't forcing it. That's when he's at his best, man. When he's trying to play hero ball, it don't go well. So, you know, like I said, I'm not expecting him to average 24 for the season, but if he can give them an efficient team, 7 to 10 boards for defense, that's what the doctor will, man, and that's what he gotta, keep in mind.
All right, how about you, Ray?
Yeah, I dealt with nothing but threes as well. And they kind of stress everything Cardell said on the broadcast. He's just letting the game come to him, and was taking good shots and just played within himself. You know, and the result has been 10 times better than what we've seen. Throughout the preseason to this point, and that'll do wonders for his confidence. Especially coming out of the situation he was in prior, and then just moving onto a new team. Expectations are going to be there. So yeah, man, he's going to have to produce. But it's good to see him have a good showing.
Back to you, Cardell. And that's the X factor of the game tonight.
Gafford, I'm gonna give it to Gafford. 14 points, 17 rebounds. He was the inside presence. He was crashing the boards. That's how the Wizards got a big lead. That's how they was almost up 20 a couple times. They was holding the Raptors. At least the starting unit was one shot. They wanted that. They were swarming. They had great defense. But I know they still have to prove overall as a team. But the starters, their defense was swarming. They look good. Even Brad Beal. I know he didn't shoot the well, but he put out the defense. He was sliding on his feet, coming down, stripping the ball, all that. That they allowed Gafford not to get in foul trouble because he didn't have to save them. You know what I mean? By them moving their feet, keeping them in front of him, all he had to do is worry about pressures and keeping him off the balls, which he did. And on offense, the screens and making quick decisions whether he was gonna pop out to rescreen or he was gonna roll to the basket. When he rolled to the basket, they found him. That's what I mean. The chemistry offensively is growing because the ball was already on the way when he turned around, and all he had to do what he does best and finish. You know what I mean? So if he can give him a double this season, that'd be great because we already know what Trey's gonna bring in off the bench. So yeah, that's a two-headed monster that a lot of teams in the East can't bang with.
All right, Ray.
Sam Decker came in with the flamethrower, kind of put things at ease. That's like Cardell said, man. You gotta show your ex how much better you're doing in life since the breakup. But yeah, man.
All right. We got a couple comments. We'll get into them. Y'all be out there screaming, man. Y'all be killing me. Performance report interview. They go to practice. Now was Toronto Texans fighting for a seat. I assume they see we got to play better than that. I was simply my initial response. It's preseason. Dial it down, relax a little bit. It's preseason. It's preseason. If you guys wanted to chime in.
Yeah. Look, their energy wasn't low. I'm here. They competed. It's way too early to be that way as a fan, man. You know what I'm saying? I can understand it close to the playoffs and they losing games, and this team is definitely should be in the playoff race. They're that talented. It should be no question. I can see if that is, and they like in the 9th or 10th seed and they lose games, fine. But at least wait till April or after All-Star break, though. You ain't gonna make it. You know what I mean?
It's not safe.
December, you gonna have a heart attack, Sloan. Like, if it's serious, you shouldn't even be watching. Like, you need to relax. You tense, man. And as for Bertans, I plead with him. Like, it's been spoken about. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Ray, did you want to comment on this, or I'll move on? It's up to you.
Yeah, just manage your stress levels, bro. It's preseason, man.
Hey, fans across court, y'all have to take a deep dive. This is week 5, man. Like, between the NFL fans after week 5, y'all think the whole world empty? Relax. This is the 3rd game of preseason. Wow. Y'all got 82 games in this sport. Relax. Like Cardell said, get to that place of All-Star break and at least you got an idea of what it is, right? There's more than enough tape within this game. It's fair. We're on to the next one. From our guy Brandon Hunter, who could always comment. So shout out to you, and thanks to the first person as well with the comment. Um, this was the type of outing I needed to see from Bill. He had multiple assists, 7+ rebounds. This is needed for him to be the all-around player we know he could be. Feel like he's kind of just echoing what Cardell was mentioning just a short while ago. But go ahead, Cardell.
I mean, for sure, that's what they need, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need. They need him to. They need him to do that. He don't have to score like that no more. Direct that extra energy somewhere else. You know, direct that extra energy towards defense. Direct that extra energy towards get other players better. We know you can get yours. You don't need to prove that. You know what I'm saying? That's believe the game. We all know who the ball going to, and you're gonna be fresher to close the game. You know what I mean? So, play chess this season, not checkers, man. Last year you had to play more so checkers. You know, because they need him to. This year play chess, get spots, man. You know, and save your energy, though. You know what I'm saying? Especially as you get late in the season and you know, toward playoffs. You know, as long as they stay healthy, they should definitely play next for sure.
All right, how about you, Ray, for this comment?
I mean, yeah, you know, I feel like Brad said in one of the availabilities that he had to score too much or something to that effect. So you don't got to score so much no more. Like Cardell said, you got to redirect that energy into other places. So we'll see how it goes, man. But you know, it is good to see him. You know, even though he wasn't didn't have his typical offensive outing, he did contribute in other areas. So yeah, man, that's a positive sign.
All right. One more from this gentleman. It's a little bit more of a metric tape. They all need to defend all 5 of the court. They all should be players that start spot. The defensive quality ballers. We hear you again. My response is the same. The third preseason game. Relax. Let stuff play out. Third preseason game. And there will be a lot of growing with the new team. Essentially, that's what this is. Just getting used to coach's scheme, doing what it is that he wants to do. Like Cardell mentioned about the chemistry improving. That's why I was going to be like, you're not going to get a good gauge on who this team is and what they are for at least 10 to 12 games before you know exactly what it is. Another game of season. Now the we got you though.
Like I said, like you keep saying, just relax, man. And as far as fighting for a starting spot, that's just not realistic. We knew who the starters were when they made the trade. It was immediate. You know, no disrespect, man. Certain guys is, you know, not gonna rough playing slot. You got champions that came over, guys that won rings. You got guys that haven't even played in the playoffs yet on this roster. You see what I'm saying? So you just understand what it is, man. But you know, relax and grow. Chemistry takes time. They're all still learning each other. They're learning the coaching staff. It's just human nature. It's gonna take time. But within that time, just expect to see effort, energy, and guys playing to win. They win the basketball. If they do that, they'll be fine.
Right. If there's anything to add to that, the floor is yours. Last one we got, man. Court is adjourned, pretty much. By the way, Brandon Hunter just let us know he's been at the last 2 games, should be for our home games. Appreciate that. Appreciate you commenting as always, man. And you know, spread the word, Brandon, and to our other gentlemen here tonight. Like, look, man, we're open to doing a weekly mailbag type thing where, you know, we'll hop on for like 20, 30 minutes or something and just deal with all your comments and questions, and we'll just talk. Just a little bit more of a opportunity, just engage, sit down, have open conversations, obviously about the Wizards, and if it extends outside of that to the rest of the league, you know, again, just let us know with your interest via the comment section, and we'll make that available. But y'all have a great night. Cardell, get out of there. Ray, you as well. It's time to go. Thank y'all for hanging with us. Don't forget, get over to thefocustv.com. It's just that easy. So that way you know what we're up to. If you miss anything, and then again, as a reminder for Wizards Outlook, it's going to be up the morning following game. If you're on a Roku channel, anybody that has Roku channel or the like, so you catch it live out that game, and it's better for you guys to catch it. But again, y'all have a good night. Thanks for having me.